Okay, a very good morning, children. Children, in the previous class, we were discussing about understanding quadrilaterals, and the chapter was completed in all respect. I had discussed everything about your understanding quadrilateral. Of course, I have not discussed any problem. I will discuss the problem part later. Let all the chapters be over. Then I will discuss problems from each and every chapter. Okay, all the important problems I will discuss from each and every chapter. Okay, now today let us start a new chapter, that is your introduction to graph. Yes, graph. Perhaps you are going to read graph for the first time, if I am right. But I can say that in mathematics, in class 6 and 7, children, you have already read about bar graph. You recall the idea: bar graph, single bar graph, double bar graph, horizontal bar graph, vertical bar graph. Bar graph. You know how to draw bar graph, but you do not know the actual concept of graph. What is graph and what is the necessity of graph in mathematics? Perhaps you do not know, because you are going to read for the first time what is graph. Okay, let me tell you what is graph. Children, graph is a method. Actually, suppose you are given a large number of data. You see, suppose you are given a large number of data. For example, I am giving one example: a rainfall in a city for a week. Suppose in the last 7 days, what is the rainfall in a particular city? The data is given. The data is given about the rainfall that occurred in a city for 1 week. And suppose we want to represent this data graphically in terms of a graph. Okay. So what will happen? Now the point is, what is the need of graph in mathematics? What will happen if we represent graphically the given data? You see, if you represent the data graphically, it is a very convenient method to study, analyze and draw many conclusions from the graph instantly, or means very quickly. Very quickly we can draw many conclusions. We can answer many questions from seeing the graph. Now the point is, what is graph and how it is to be drawn? How it is drawn, or what is graph and how it is drawn? See children, graph actually, in my opinion, graph is nothing but it is just a relation between two quantities. Okay, any two quantities, x and y. Suppose you are given two variables. These two variables, one of them is known as dependent variable and the other is independent variable. Okay, you are given, just I was giving one example: rainfall and your number of days. First day, how many millimeter rainfall occurred. Second day, how many millimeter rainfall occurred. This data is given. So here number of days is one variable and rainfall in millimeter. Okay, that is another variable. So graph is nothing but a relation between two quantities. Okay, it is a pictorial representation. You see, visual representation you can say. You can say graph is a visual representation, okay, of data from which we can answer many questions instantly. Okay, now distance time graph. In class 7 science, I have remembered there was distance time graph. In case of uniform motion, if you go back to science, when a body moves uniformly, that means it covers same distance in equal interval of time. And if you draw the graph of that distance time graph for a body having uniform motion, moving in uniform motion, you will find its nature will be always a straight line. So this is a thing you have some idea in class 7, but of course you do not know what is graph and how to draw graph. So we are going to discuss that thing today. Okay, now see, so as I told you, graph is nothing but a what? It is a visualization. It is a visualization or pictorial representation, visual representation of data. Okay, in which we express the relation between two variables by drawing a graph. Okay, so now the point is, in graph, what are the main terms connected with graph? Children, you know number line. A number line shows your positive integers, negative integers and zero. Let us take a number line. See, let us see. Suppose this is a number line showing only positive integers, Ox. Suppose it represents only positive integers. You see. Draw another line, another number line, say Oy, showing only the positive integers. We are not taking the negative integers. The negative integer part will be taken into account in class 9. Okay. So see, this is one number line showing positive integers. Suppose the name is Ox. This is another one. Now look at the two number lines Ox and Oy. They are perpendicular because this angle will be 90 degree, angle O. The point of intersection of these two number lines, say O, which is called the origin. This is called the origin. Okay. Now these two number lines which are mutually perpendicular, they are called what? They are called axes. OX, you see. this is called an axis. And what is the name of the axis? It is called x-axis. And what about this number line OY? This OY is known as your y-axis. Okay. And these two axes taken together, if we take these two axes together, okay, if they are taken together, they are called your coordinate axis. See children, coordinate axis, AXES. This is the plural. AXES, axis is the plural of this axis. This is singular, this is plural. Okay. So in graph there are two axes or coordinate axis. What is the name? One is x-axis, the other is y-axis. This is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. And look at showing only positive integers. Okay. Now these two coordinate axes, they intersect at a point known as origin O. It is usually denoted by O. Okay. So this is the concept of coordinate axis. Okay. Now children, if this is the concept, I mean if this is the coordinate axis, now this plane x, this plane, the plane containing OX and OY, that means the plane XOY, plane XOY, it is called your, what is the name of this plane? It is called Cartesian plane, or we can say coordinate plane. Coordinate plane. Coordinate plane. It has another name also. It is also called R2 plane. So what is meant by R2? R2 means, you see, there are two axes. One is x, the other is y. So x-axis and y-axis. We can say R2 plane, coordinate plane, Cartesian plane. Okay. So the name of the plane XOY. Okay. This is your Cartesian plane or coordinate plane. Now the point is, children, if we take a point anywhere in this Cartesian plane or coordinate plane, suppose you see, name it 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. 1, 2, 3, C. 1, 2, 3. Now you do one thing, take a point here. Suppose you see, take a point, name it suppose A. If we take a point anywhere in the Cartesian plane, suppose the point is A. Now this point will be at some distance. If I ask you what is the position, what is the position of A in this plane? To find the position, what we will do? We will draw perpendicular from the point to x-axis and y-axis. Look at it. This is the point A. Okay, A is a point in the Cartesian plane or coordinate plane. Now if I ask you to locate this point A in the Cartesian plane, what you will do? You will draw perpendicular from the point to x-axis as well as y-axis. That means, you see, this distance, suppose this is your M, this is your N. Now look at AM is the perpendicular distance of this point from which axis? From x-axis. And what about AN? AN is the perpendicular distance of the point A from which axis? From which y-axis? Okay. Now this distance, you see, what will be the distance? You can easily say from the graph. See, what will be the perpendicular distance AN? You see, 1, 2, 3. This distance will be 3 units. Look at. The distance AM will be 3 units. And if I ask you what is the distance AN, it will be clearly how many units? See, 1, 2. This distance, okay. OM is 2 units, so AN will be 2 units. Now see, now if I ask you that what is the distance of the point A from x-axis and y-axis, you can easily answer. Sir, it is 3 unit and 2 unit. That means A is at a distance of 3 unit from the x-axis and 2 units from the y-axis. So what we call this 3 unit and 2 unit? Now distance of the point A from x-axis is 3 unit. So that is known as your x-coordinate. You see, distance of the point A from y-axis. At what distance a point is from the y-axis, that is called the x-coordinate. You see, this AN is equal to your distance of point A from which axis? From your y-axis. Okay. From y-axis. AN is the distance of this point. What we are doing? We are locating a point in the Cartesian plane or the coordinate plane. That I am explaining. See, what is x-coordinate and what is y-coordinate? Because when a point is located in the Cartesian plane, it will have 2 coordinates. So what are those 2 coordinates? That I am going to explain you. So I said you take a point A anywhere in the Cartesian plane. Now to locate its position, I mean to find its coordinate, x coordinate and y coordinate, what you will do? You you draw perpendicular from the point to the x-axis as well as y-axis. Now this distance will be 3 unit and AN will be 2 unit. Now this AN is what? It is your distance of the point A from which axis? Y-axis. That is known as the x-coordinate. X-coordinate. Whose x-coordinate? It is this will be the x-coordinate of point A. Similarly, see AM, it will be distance of point A, point A from which axis? AM will be distance of point A, I mean distance of A from which axis? From x-axis. See. Now this distance of the point A from x-axis, we call it what? We call it y-coordinate. You see. That means I want to say that the x-coordinate of this point, what will be the x-coordinate of this point? The x-coordinate of this point will be 2. And what will be the y-coordinate of this point? This distance. It is 3. Distance of A from y-axis is 2. So the x-coordinate of point A will be 2. Now distance of A from x-axis is 3 unit. So the y-coordinate will be y-coordinate. Whose y-coordinate? Y-coordinate of the point A will be 3. Okay. That means you see A bracket 2 comma 3. What does it mean? That means A is a point. How to read it? We will read it as A is a point whose x-coordinate is 2 and y-coordinate is 3. That means the coordinates of the point A are 2 and 3. So from this what can we conclude? We can conclude that every point has 2 coordinates in the Cartesian plane. One is the x-coordinate, the other is your y-coordinate. And what is x-coordinate? It is the distance of the point from y-axis. And what is y-coordinate? It is the distance of the point from x-axis. Okay. So every point has 2 coordinates in the Cartesian or coordinate plane. Okay. Now another thing. See. Here as I told you, the x-coordinate of A is what? 2 and y-coordinate of A is 3. So what is the other name? What we call x-coordinate of A? X-coordinate of A, you see, x-coordinate of A is also known as your abscissa. What is it? It is a new term for you. Please remember. You see. Here, if I ask you what is abscissa? Abscissa means it is the x-coordinate of a point. X-coordinate of a point. So here, abscissa of, in this particular point, abscissa of A, what will be the abscissa? Abscissa will be 2 unit. And what is ordinate? You see, ordinate. What is the meaning of ordinate? You see, by ordinate what we mean? What is the y-coordinate? What is the y-coordinate of a point? That is called ordinate of that point. Here y-coordinate of A is 3. So ordinate of A will be 3. Ordinate means it is the y-coordinate or distance of the point from which axis? From x-axis. Okay. So it is the y-coordinate of a point. Okay. That means in this particular example, ordinate is 3. Ordinate of A equal to what? It will be 3 unit. That means every point in the Cartesian or coordinate plane has 2 coordinates. One is x, the other is y. X, what is the x coordinate? That is known as your what? Abscissa. And what is the y coordinate? That is known as your ordinate. Okay. Children, I hope whatever I discussed till late you understood. We will discuss more about it in another class. Okay. Thank you.